JJ Redick, as a defender in the NBA, effort, not very good, right? Now, you saw that effort yesterday.
Wait a minute. What happened, Tony?
I mean, yeah, he's not a really good defender, but it doesn't mean, hey, go play defense like a coach. You know what I mean?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that if because he's fresh, off of his playing days, and most of these players played against him and probably cooked him when he was defending them, if he is telling them to play harder on defense, I don't think they hear it the same. I haven't seen a team play that lazily on defense, at least one that's supposed to be good, in a long time.
It was bad. The Heat missed a bunch of wide open threes, made a ton, but it was – I don't know how you guys measure this stuff. It's always hard for me, right? I have not seen LeBron James's aging process, but if you're going to see it, it's going to be on defense, right? Like if you're going to physically see the guy who looks the same and looks a little older, some stubble and stuff, but he's statistically sort of the same, and you're physically watching him trying to make the assessment, defense is where that's going to suffer. JJ Redick and LeBron, we're talking about LeBron playing all 82 games this season. I imagine, as the Lakers, this has never happened before in the history of the sport. A winning team has never lost 4 games out of 7, the way the Lakers have, by 25 plus. The Lakers lost, they just keep losing by 20 and 30, but they've still got a winning record because they started strong. And right now, what arrives to the Lakers is JJ Redick having the realization of, holy, we talked all that time on our podcast, and I didn't actually account for LeBron's aging. Like what it's going to look like if Anthony Davis can't be the best player on this team. You cannot ask the best player on your team to be the oldest guy in the league. Like that's not, and he played in the Olympics. And he's got more mileage on him than any player who's ever played. Like, I think I can say more mileage, even in the age of load management, plays all the time, plays for 20 years, and just wrecks his body.
I'll take it even further. JJ Redick got a LeBron James for the first time in his career, probably since the beginning, where it's not championship or bust. That is not priority number one for LeBron James in a year where he had his son play with him.
Works hard.
In a year where he wants to play 82 games, of all the years, to try to play 82 games this year where you're turning 40 as what? To check it off on your list? These are all very, let's just say, selfish goals, not team goals.
It seems like something could be on the horizon, Izzy. If you want to play 82 games, you want to show yourself to the fans one last time. You already had your kid play with you. Now he's in the G League being abysmal. Like, could this be the end of the LeBron James era?
He would have announced that. He's going to have a full, this is my final year. Everyone praise me.
The thing last night is that LeBron was great. Yeah. Like, LeBron was great from the jump. Offensively, even defensively, he was making plays, causing havoc on that end. Anthony Davis was the issue. In the last 2 games that they've played, he's been abysmal. It's his 2 lowest scoring games of the season, 14 points and 8 points in blowout losses to Minnesota and Miami. And in both of those games, he's going up against 2 of the better defending big men in the league. And last night what it was Miami double teaming him every single time he touched the ball. And early in the game, it led to so many turnovers, fast break points for Miami, to where even when they were struggling, Tyler Hero actually wasn't that strong offensively until the third quarter when he hit 7 threes in the quarter. But it was fast break points, and that's always been Miami's recipe for success. It's just the Lakers' defense last night that was inexplicably leaving Hero open.
This is what I would say about what happened, because Tyler Hero had 10 points in the first half. But I watched that game. This one's super rare, okay? I mean, it's to watch the Miami Heat have their best game of the season and be like, because they haven't beaten a team like that all season. They haven't, not a team that good or that way, looking like they were overwhelming, like they haven't regressed over the last 2 years, looking at their best. And while I'm watching, I'm like, nah, man, that's the Lakers cashing that in. Like, that ain't anything to do with, like, they'll make all their threes, but the Lakers have no interest in this basketball game. And I rarely watch and see that be that overt. And it's not just because Anthony Davis was playing bad. And I would say where LeBron got his numbers, man, someone in the NBA has to do that, get the team to 90 points. Like, if you're going to double team Anthony Davis, almost any player in the league could have had the LeBron game if I made him the second option in that game.
But that's the missing link on this team. Anthony Davis has to be the driving force. Like, we've been saying that maybe since 2020, but it wasn't really true. Now it's absolutely true. And so yesterday is a great example of either he hasn't been treated like he's the man by opponents, or he just doesn't really know how to act when he is treated like that. Because, as Jeremy said, the double teams threw them off entirely. I don't know what to do when that happens. Let me just kick it out. And when you go through these stretches where people say, oh, wow, when he plays 20 games in a row, he looks like the MVP. But then you get 3 or 4 games like this, he's just not that. He has to be the one that wants it more so than LeBron, even more than JJ Redick, because he's just getting into his coaching career.
This is so much better than college football playoff talk.